Now, before I talk about Israel, I wanted to talk about this UFC events which are being organized outside of the US. I mean, every time when an event is being organized outside of the US, well, the crowd seems to be pretty dead to me. I don't know, that's the kind of vibe I get. I mean, and that seems to be happening for a very, much awaited events. Take, for example, Khabib's match. Except for the main event, the crowd was pretty dead during the whole period of the match. And the same thing happened today here in Melbourne, Australia. The Australian fans were pretty decent, but they were quite boring. And I wanted to hear like 60,000 fans go wild. Now, why do I say this? Basically, the energy in the crowd directly affects any given match at any point of time. And now let's talk about the man himself, the Style Bender. You know, the anime stuff he does makes me like Style Bender a lot. I grew up watching that shit, so I kind of understand. And Israel fucking dropped Whittaker at the end of round 1. I mean, if there was no bell, Whittaker would have been knocked out cold in round 1 itself. And Izzy, somehow got into Whittaker's head. He was in a hurry trying to knock out Israel, launching himself completely over Izzy. And every time he did that, and he didn't punch, he put himself in a completely dangerous position. Why would he do that? I mean, that was totally not professional. I mean, this is some street level shit, like an untrained guy trying to show off his buddies, how tough he is, and, goes ahead and fights without technique, like, oh, you're messing with me? I'm gonna show you mother effers. He does the same thing again and again and again. And for that, as you all know, he had to pay the price. Okay, so, this guy is a complete package, one complete champion. From the time he does a walkout, performance, he's kind of funny, sometimes a little bit cocky. I mean, prefers not going on the ground a lot. And he's great with giving interviews, and that's very important as a showman. So he's a good fighter, he's a good showman as well. We don't want gentlemanly fights, people shaking hands going ha ha ha, like, I respect you sort of bullshit. Okay, I get that. Israel totally understands the DNA of the MMA community, so hence the act. And those of you complaining about it, come on now. You don't want that, old school, gentlemanly, 60s style, shake hand sort of fights, that would be boring. And the funniest thing to me was, after the fight, Israel calls out Pablo Costa, who's sitting out there in the crowd, and he calls him an overly inflated balloon. I mean, come on. No disrespect to the Brazilians, but, he had me dead on that one. With respect to Whittaker, some people keep saying, like, he should have wrestled. That would have done the trick, but then, I don't know. So, that's it for now. Later.